chosen one. This is the moment everything starts to make sense, but not in the way you expected. Something has been happening behind the scenes, quietly, slowly, almost invisibly. In the end now, it's beginning to surface. You might feel it as a shift in energy, a subtle change in how people look at you, or even a strange calm in situations that once disturbed you. That's not random. That's truth. Rising. For a long time, you carried the weight of being misunderstood. People formed opinions without knowing your story. They filled in the gaps with their own assumptions, their own fears, their own limited understanding. And you let them. Not because you didn't have the words, but because deep down you knew this moment would come. A moment where you wouldn't have to explain anything. The moment where everything hidden would begin to reveal itself naturally. And now, that moment is here. But here's the part most people won't tell you. When truth starts to rise, it doesn't always feel comfortable at first. It can feel unsettling. It can feel like things are shifting too quickly. Like people are suddenly realizing things they once ignored. You may even notice distance, silence, or unexpected reactions from others. Don't let that confuse you. Because what's happening right now is bigger than emotions. It's bigger than opinions. It's alignment. Everything that was built on misunderstanding is starting to fall away. Every false perception, every quiet judgment, every misread intention, it's all losing its power. And the truth? It doesn't need force. It doesn't need defense. It simply stands. You might feel the urge to speak, to explain, to finally tell your side of the story. But pause for a moment and ask yourself, do you really need to? Because when truth is divinely revealed, it reaches places your words never could. It touches hearts without confrontation. It shifts perspectives without arguments. It creates clarity without chaos. That's the kind of power you're stepping into. A quiet power, a grounded presence, the unshakable knowing of who you are. And that's something no one can take from you. Right now, confusion is dissolving. Situations that once felt heavy are becoming lighter. The things that didn't make sense before are starting to align in ways you didn't expect. You're not imagining it, you're witnessing transformation. But this transformation isn't just happening around you, it's happening within you. You're no longer reacting the same way. You're no longer chasing validation. You're no longer trying to correct every misunderstanding. Because something inside you has shifted. You realize that your truth doesn't need approval to be real. And that realization changes everything. There's a calmness growing within you, a sense of peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Even when things around you seem uncertain, there's a quiet voice within that keeps reminding you, you're exactly where you need to be. Trust that. Because while you're standing in this calm, things are being rearranged in your favor. People who once doubted you are starting to see differently. Situations that once blocked you are beginning to open. And opportunities that once felt distant are slowly making their way toward you. Not because you forced them, but because you aligned with your truth. And alignment, always brings clarity. There may still be moments where you question things, moments where you wonder why it took so long, why the misunderstandings had to happen in the first place. But understand this. Every delay had a purpose. Every silence had a reason. Every misunderstanding played a role in shaping the strength you carry now. Because if everything had been clear from the beginning, you wouldn't have discovered the depth of your own resilience. You wouldn't have learned how to stand alone without losing yourself. You wouldn't have developed the quiet confidence that now defines you. And that confidence, it's different. It's not loud. It's not forceful. It doesn't need attention. It simply exists, and people can feel it. That's why things are shifting now. Not because you changed for them, but because you became more of yourself. So, as everything continues to unfold, Remember this. You don't need to rush the process. You don't need to control how others perceive you. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone who couldn't see it before. Because what's meant to be understood will be understood. And what's meant to be revealed will be revealed in the right time, in the right way, without force, without struggle, just truth, standing on its own. There is a reason you've been called to remain calm during this time. A reason you're being guided to stay grounded instead of reactive. Because your peace is part of the message. Your stillness is part of the revelation. Your authenticity is the proof. And as you continue to move forward without fear, without doubt, without the need for validation, you'll start to notice something powerful. Everything begins to align effortlessly. The right people will come closer. The wrong ones will fade away. The confusion will clear, and the path ahead will become undeniable. Not because it suddenly appeared, but because you're finally seeing it clearly. This is your moment. Not a moment to fight, not a moment to prove, but a moment to stand in your truth fully, unapologetically, but because what's happening right now isn't here to break you. It's here to elevate you, to position you in a place where the truth speaks louder than any misunderstanding ever could. So stay calm, stay authentic, stay aligned, and let everything unfold exactly as it's meant to. Because the truth that's being revealed right now is not just setting you free. It's guiding you exactly where you were always meant to be.